This week, we do a repeat and a reset. I'm back in Pittsburgh for Enjoy Wrestling Supersonic Tournament. And then I'm coming home, Mama. I go back home. I see my friends. I see my family. I see my grandmother. I make lots of observations. And me and Peter talk about what it means to be a real Nicole Kidman loving American. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Weekendateffys.com. Check us out on YouTube. The videos are up for everyone. Weekend at Effys on YouTube. Weekendateffys.substack.com. On Twitter, on Instagram, on TikTok, of course, on Spotify, on Apple Music, on all types of podcasts. Thank you. It's Weekend at Effys.
You know it's in 4 episodes from now?
Is it 200?
Yeah.
200.
That's
we may have the launch at 200 of a new thing.
4 years.
4 years?
4 years.
Not exactly.
Well, not exactly, but that's
4 years is going to be 208.
If we're accounting for times, if we're accounting for like weeks off,
definitely
there's
2 years.
more than
You're right. Well, congrats to us for making it 4 years. Does that mean you've graduated? Is that what you're announcing to me? That it's you've graduated past it, your 4-year degree? It's over?
No, I never went to college. Are you kidding me?
I figured out you visited.
I visited. It wasn't for me.
I want to shout out my friend
same.
Ben, who works with like Netflix all the time and does all of these wonderful concert films and live event, filmings for Netflix. I saw him at the Emmys. Very cool to see your friend at the Emmys, who you used to live with, on the red carpet, looking dapper as ever. I can probably name him because he's like a public person now. Ben Walter. Congrats to Ben Walter. Ben Walter, at one point, was in my rap hip hop crew. And we performed a lot of live shows, and we won an Xbox one time. It's too bright there. Do you think? I think the light itself is too bright there. I think I could always be brighter. Mm-hmm. But I think the light itself pulls from the jewel of our visage, which I've heard referred to as a puss like 4 times in the last week. No, I think it needs to be there. I think that 2 setting. I think you were right. I think that's right. Or is that 3? It goes
2.
brighter?
It goes brighter.
Whoa! Yeah, that's perfect. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. What was I saying about it was 4 years?
Emmys.
Oh, yeah. Good for Ben.
Yeah,
Great.
good for Ben.
Keep doing it. Keep doing big things. My mom asked me, this is me peer pressuring my other friend, Adam, who I'm not going to fully name. My mom asked me, you remember when I got interviewed? Yeah, fix it, Peter. Fix it. Last night, somebody was having audio glitches on Twitch, and they said, get Peter in here to fix your audio. And I said, okay. And then turns out it was their speaker. Because everybody else is like, it's actually fine. I keep forgetting what I'm supposed to talk about. Episode 200, we're going to announce 2 things. I figured out 2 things. We can't say them yet.
Okay.
You kind of know what they are, but we're going to announce 2 things that's coming for episode 200. And what do you think about? Did you think we'd do this many episodes?
I don't know. Everything's indefinite.
Everything's indefinite, but everything I think should continue if it's allowed to continue.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like I think we're entering a weekend renaissance. I think.
I agree.
I want to bring attention before we get to anything else this week. This is Weekend at Effys. I'm Effy.
I'm Peter.
Petár, known as Petár. Petár Blanchett. We are friends, and we discuss the world. Many people have said, Effy, you're a pro wrestler. You're a talking head. You're a pundit. You're someone who pokes when he shouldn't prod. And having such a level-headed, yet similar-minded in many senses, point of not a foil, but like as a point of bounce for conversation. What a pleasure to have you keep me a little milder here.
Yeah. Yeah, it is funny to think of myself as the
The level-headed one?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'm level-headed about some stuff.
Yeah.
But then I'm also just like nuts. Like, okay, you did that bit of magical, like there's magical herbs or something. I'm not going to be too specific.
I didn't
don't
even
want
do
people-
anything with those. They're sitting in the bottle. It's
Whatever,
just-
you ordered the magical herbs of protection.
No, those are just given to me.
Things got a little tangy with some outside interference. And because I had in so long not cut the bushes, you were issued a citation in your name. How they got your name, I don't know. I am not holding anyone, I'm not logging on to Nextdoor, okay?
Right.
But I am now the kind of person who will do positively. I loved how motivated I got when I saw what had happened to go, oh, let me deal with this, you idiots. But I guess, like it got me to do it. It worked. But I was doing it in a way that was quick, so to say, and a little performative, Peter, because I was having to balance with my knee brace on the stool because I don't have a ladder. So if anybody wants to send, we discussed this on the mini-sode. We do have, if you look in the comments, I'm not going to read it out again. I'll read it out at the end of the show. There's an address to send us stuff. If you want to send me a step stool, I think they can hold it because it's like out of Staples. So I think they can hold it. Please send me a step stool because we're going to have to keep cutting the bushes. I'm getting to that part. You had been working tirelessly to make this area look beautiful since very early in the morning, right?
Well, we've also had that road work happening out there. So the whole area has just generally been
It doesn't look good.
because they just blasted up that section of the road. And so like all the
It's just
little
gravel.
Rocks and debris,
Right.
they just left all
They
of
left
that.
all their trash too. This is the city of Atlanta if you want to know who to deal with. So it doesn't look great. My knee doesn't feel good. I don't know if you guys know. So I just I've been putting it off, and it's one of those things where I'm like, yeah, whatever. It's bush. Like, what do you need?
Yeah.
Well, someone, got a little offended. So I'm out there, and I'm like, Peter, I got to take over. I felt so bad. I've been visiting with my mother, which we're going to talk about. And I said, let me get to it. And I got a lot of it done. I was just knocking it out quickly. I said, I'll sweep it all up at the end. And then, boom, in my manic display of power, I cut right through the cord of the bush trimmer. So we have a bush trimmer, it has a cord. Sorry guys, I don't have the auto battery. If you want to send me the auto battery one, I actually just need the battery for it because we did shout out the city of Atlanta. We need the battery for that one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, or do you think it's someone being catty and they thought we didn't have one, so they left us one?
I don't fucking know, but like if you're going to be passive aggressive, that's
Leave the
mine
battery.
now. That's mine.
100%.
It belongs to me.
Yeah, it's been locked in the basement.
Also, isn't that the same battery?
Is it?
We can find out, but
I would think it would have to be a little bigger, right?
I don't know.
No?
Maybe
It is just like a jiggle, jiggle, jiggle.
let's
If
just
it has
find out.
that,
Because what if it is?
Well, if it is, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut the bushes even shorter because where I'm getting to is I cut through the cord, went to Lowe's, got everything we needed, got some shovels, cleaned it up pretty good. All right. I'd say I gave it a 90%. I got like a B or an A minus, depending on where you stand. But enough to make the parties happy and enough to reveal our beautiful yard. And now today we have done something incredible. And on a day where we went to see The Conjuring, we now have a visible flagpole that currently is showcasing the beautiful, from the old apartment you may remember, Nicole Kidman AMC light flag. And for me, it is, Peter, I don't know if you know this, there can be consequences to being political. Okay. And no one's going to take your free speech. And I think everyone should say what they need to say. But to take such a bold stance as to show the world from our porch and hang it proudly that if there's one thing in this house we care about, if there's one thing in this house we will not take any lip service about, it is the importance of cinema and the importance of Nicole Kidman to cinema. And they cut her fucking part. And so we fly this flag. 'Cause I'm proud to be an A-list member where the movies first four are free. They got popcorn, candy, and a big soda, and even a pickle for me. I'm going to see it in Dolby, then again in XL, then maybe in the laser screen. Because the last true freedom of this land is going to AMC.
Wow.
Lee Greenwood wrote that song.
Wow.
It is incredible to be a part of, and I know they are a Chinese company. So I just want to say, it makes sense that one of the best parts of America is Chinese. Okay? What they're doing for culture, for building perspective, for helping people understand each other's opinions, for not judging the likes of others. You know, if I see you at the movies and I say, "Oh, good to see you. What are you guys seeing?" And you say, "Oh, The Life of Chuck." It's out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I saw it. But if you ran into me in the movies and I said it, I say, "Oh, we saw that," and I would go, not very good. But some people, you have to accept that they like dog shit movies, okay? And AMC says, just because you think it's dog shit doesn't mean it is. And so they offer so many options, so many perspectives, so many films, and as everything around us has turned into chaos, as everything around us is more expensive by the day, you know, they just raised our electric bill here by over $150 per month.
No shit.
Flat rate. Yep. And as everything around us goes up, 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 I'm going to tell you something, Peter. I want to be completely honest. AMC, hold the line, baby. Because 4 movies, and let me just tell y'all something. Oh, I don't like movies. I don't want to go to the movies. I don't need to see movies. Let me tell you in 8 months what this earth is going to look like. And if they're still here, think of the cold, dark, air-conditioned space that the AMC provides and the chance to have an American meal like a large pretzel with nacho cheese dip that's $20 or cookie dough bites that you don't have to cook them into cookies. You just eat them as candy, or maybe some chicken tenders that we cooked in this really big microwave. Okay? You can have it. And as long as AMC stands, there can be problems in America. There are issues. There's things we got to deal with. There are problems. Okay? We can't solve every one of them. And if we're going to solve any of them, we need to have joy de vivre. That's the joy of life. And we need to have culture, and we need to see the world through the eyes of people that are not like us, just like Ed and Lorraine Warren in The Conjuring Last Rites. Now in theaters, see the story of how Ed and Lorraine Warren risked everything. If you want to hear our big review on that, it is on the Weekend at Effy's Patreon, which is at weekendateffys.com. It is an awesome way to see all sorts of... My mom, this is great. We're going to talk about moms so much today. We're going to talk about motherhood and really seeing... I think I was seeing The Conjuring at the right time. I've had opportunities and I haven't seen it. And guess what? I think we saw it at the right time, right after visiting my mother, my grandmother, seeing family. I don't know where I was going with The Conjuring.
Okay.
Oh, no, I do know, because we were talking about the Patreon.
Yes.
My mom goes, I see Paws and Claws.
Uh-huh.
Because she follows the Patreon.
Uh-huh.
So I would be like, oh, look at this cute picture. And she'd be like, I've seen it. So if you want to like be in the loop, I'm not in the loop. I lose my loops. That's why the show is great. They said, oh, it's stream of consciousness. What else is there? I don't have any filter on this. You're just hearing my brain live, just downloading data sets. Plug me into the USB. I'm learning consequences all day. You got to run all the measurements. And you got to sign up at weekendateffys.com for the Patreon. What are you going to get? I mean, I can't sell it any more than it can sell itself. But a lot of people just go like, oh, I didn't know. You got to tell me 6 or 7 times, and then I'll get it. You're going to get the episodes early. You're going to get the mini-sodes, which feature all of our cinema reviews and fun. And it's a little more chaotic over there.
It's a little spicy.
It's a little spicy, and we do not do video on that. But we do have video for you to find at the YouTube. But the Patreon still, you're getting Paws and Claws. Who else do you know that has, number 1, 3 adorable dogs, but number 2, 4, rest in peace, Nicole Kidman.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Nicole Kidman. 4 chickens.
Flags for you, baby. Flags for you.
And it's the artistry. To me, it's the artistry, okay? Because you You're a professional photographer, Peter. We're not beating around that bush. And to see the display of light and magic that I've seen put into commercial displays, into your own artistic approach, I did look jacked holding Lucy in that cute picture that I used as a promotional tactic. I just hope everybody will at least check it out. If you're in the free tier, that's still good. That still means you're on the squad. Now, I'm going to promote some other things at the end of the show, but right now I'm giving preference and precedence to the Patreon members. They get to ask questions. You don't. I'm sorry. Like, if you were sitting here going like, what if I could communicate with you too? Too bad. Unless you sign up for the Patreon. So let's get some questions out here, Peter. Let's see what people are thinking about.
Okay, this first one is from Bloody Riot. Question: I have recently been going back through Kesha's discography because I'm enjoying her new album. Wanted to know if either of you enjoyed any of her songs. I didn't realize she had so many bangers, LOL.
I'm a super Kesha head. I love Kesha. My favorite was AJ Going. Yeah, somebody at the concert gave me a bracelet that said period. I don't know what that even means or has to do with Kesha. It's the title of her new album, which just shows you how deeply the attention was being paid there. Have I ever told the story on here about DDing for Kesha? Not for Kesha, but for a Kesha concert?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, so she's historically been a part of my life since her career began. I love to see her reemergence as she going the Taylor Swift route of putting her own music out now, having her own re-releases, re-recording some things, I think. And I'm excited to see where Kesha's journey continues to go.
Absolutely.
What's that one song? I feel your heartbeat to the beat I know. I want to say that you gave me with someone. What is that one called? Oh, we're gonna die young. That's the best part about every Kesha song is you can get to the title if you sing the whole ear hook of the front of it. And everybody's gonna have that song stuck in their head now. Yeah, shout out Kesha. Kesha rules. Glad you're vibing, Kesha. I love that new song that she has with T-Pain about she got a new car at the trailer park and hose her down. Hose me down at the trailer park. That's a banger. That's like if Kid Rock wasn't a subhuman cockroach and knew how to make good songs and wasn't Kid Rock and wasn't a man and wasn't a propaganda tool used by the United States current government system.
Okay, this next question is from Danny. If Weekend at Effys had a movie award show, what is your top cinema choices of 2025? Just came home from library with Phoenician Scheme.
Holy shit, I still haven't seen the Phoenician Scheme. What the heck?
Yeah.
With Benicio del Toro, I feel like we have to do it as a precursor to One Battle After Another.
Yeah, probably.
Because I think del Toro is going to play a really good, fun role here. Everybody's looking at Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm looking at almost every other cast member here, where it's going to be crazy. Did we talk about Tiana Taylor on here?
I don't think so.
I think I was talking with my friend this week about Tiana Taylor. I ran into my friend Walter in Greenville and his wife Camille, who's also my friend, and we were discussing the new Paul Thomas Anderson film, One Battle After Another, and I said, "Do you know Tiana Taylor's first appearance, like as a professional entertainer? Do you know?"
No.
My Super Sweet 16. She was on My Super Sweet 16 as one of the kids having a My Super Sweet 16.
Oh my God.
And then has translated that into, like, I'm pretty sure multi-platinum artist. So that's like over 100,000 records on it. And that one record did big. She's doing PTA films now. She did MTV. The thing is, it's like, if you're bold enough, and I celebrate boldness so much, you can kind of turn any little opportunity into a way in to making your vision. Like, you know, like, I'm sure she wasn't like, no, my dream is to be on My Super Sweet 16. She said, let me show these people what I can do a little bit, and then let me show them even more. But they have to know who I am. Robert, I'm trying to speak about women entertainers right now, and you are coming across as misogynistic. Please. Sorry, we've been talking about respecting women this weekend. He's done a really good job with just all women in the house except for me and him, and I'm really proud of him. But he has to learn, like, you can't just bark at women. You can't. You can't just bark at women.
Okay, so top movies of 2025.
Oh, this
What
is
are we
so
thinking?
hard. Okay. Like, there's a lot that jumps to mind, right? Eddington's pounding the front of my head. Weapons is pounding the front of my head. Bebop is also pounding the front of my head. In what was in April?
What? Let's just okay. So Sinners.
Sinners is
a big
sick.
one.
I think Sinners is going to be one of those movies that I rewatch 25 times across my life, and I won't ever like be mad that it's on. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I also, there are so many scenes and weapons, and maybe it's a time thing of I just recently, saw it, but it does have these moments where I think I'm going to be like having my brain jump back to parts of that movie in reference to thought, more so than a lot of other movies. I'm going to read, we're just going to look at, now here's the thing. If you have the Patreon, this is where this comes in handy, and you care about movies or like movies or just care like what, maybe I'm only going to watch one movie this year. What's it going to be? It could be a movie that was recommended to you by us on the minisode on the podcast. So I hope that you will give it a chance, give it a try. How do I see my top films and it's of all time of the year? Oh, I can do it. Here we go. Year any.
Okay, so obviously we know that the Lilo and Stitch remake is going to be your number one of the year. So what's number two?
No, I'm looking for the year. Now, I have a 5-star for Sinners. I have a 5-star for Superman, but I don't think it's, I think it stops at 5 and goes to 9, and you have to kind of decide past 5 where that sits for you.
Okay, well, that changes a lot on your rating scale then.
Does it?
Okay, so we had Naked Gun. You know what's a big one for me this year?
Yeah.
Monkey Man, Better Man.
Better Man with Rob, what's his name?
Robbie Williams.
British people are they do make this noise
That
whenever
really,
I don't.
that set the tone of this movie year off to a good start.
I think it set the
seeing
tone
that
of this
January.
year in a certain way, because it is just a freaking animal fun house out here.
Okay, 28 years later, that was up there for me. Mission Impossible, a disappointment.
For you.
Yeah.
I thought it was the best one so far and also fine. You know what I mean?
Bring Her Back was fantastic.
Bring Her Back is so sick, and I am just cast
Remember
me, boys.
Black Bag?
Black Bag was fun.
So good.
But Black Bag is the most plain movie I've ever seen in a theater.
Yeah, okay.
And I love it. Like, I love it.
Maybe it was just because it was the 1-2 punch of Possession and then Black Bag, having two Soderberghs that were so different from each other back to back.
Yeah, Possession was a different kind of vibe. But that wasn't this year. That was last year, right?
No, I'm pretty sure it was this year.
Did Friendship came out this year.
Yes,
I
it did.
laughed very hard at Friendship.
It's on HBO now.
Well, you should watch it and lick the toad. Freaking Toad ripped me off. Freaking Toad ripped me off. It's too good. I ordered a sandwich. What else happened? Nothing.
Okay, technically you're right. That Presence was last year.
Yeah, presents. My present is the presence of the present.
Okay,
presents.
Eddington.
Yeah, I think Eddington for me is. I need to go rewatch it though, but it's like a 1 and 2 toss up with Eddington and Weapons. If I'm being real,
Yeah.
And I think I'm going to be really excited about what's at the tail end of this year, and this is going to change, obviously, completely, because I want to see Begonia so bad, just because I want to see Emily Stone and Stavros have dialogue.
I'm really excited about that. Also, Final Destination Bloodlines. Oh, I was going to say, are you, I know you're just like the biggest Mr. Beast fan. Are you excited for Tron Ares?
Is he in it? Does he have a cameo?
Yeah.
Okay. Real life, Peter, real life.
This movie is really shaping up to be a piece of shit.
My grandma said I have to make her a promise because she
That
gave
you would
me
see Tron Ares in theaters.
she gave me a gift for her birthday.
Uh-huh.
Now her birthday is June 2nd. I just haven't been up there this summer because I'm a bad grandson. She said, "You have to promise you'll use some of this money to have some fun." So then I looked up and I was driving home. This is actually why I texted you. What are you doing tonight? Because I found pit tickets for 9 Inch Nails
Oh my god.
for $38 a piece.
Oh my god.
Really last second? And I listened to the soundtrack piece from Tron Ares, the upcoming film, and went, holy shit. And then I looked up the set list and it's half a 9 Inch Nails band set, half him and Boys Noise in the middle of the arena just doing the mecha block of electronic producing.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, they're going in on some of this stuff, like some of the Hesitation Mark songs, and then like playing all the old Ripper hits.
Oh shit.
And I was like, $38. But then I was like, I don't want to do it because it looks like then I'm supporting Tron Ares. And I know they're tricking me. I know 9 Inch Nails is tricking me into doing it to support the rest of this dog shit dog cast. And you know what? Shout out to you, Jeff Bridges, for getting whatever payday you're getting. But holy crap, does this look like a visual? Like it looks like it's going to look like it should have been one music video, the whole movie.
Yeah.
There's no way this way that the film is presented, showing this whole time consistently that much, is going to hold any weight as far as a meaningful story that anyone will revisit. People will see it and go, whoa, and then they'll leave and they'll never question anything or look up any reports about Jared Leto. They'll never look up reports about who's funding Mr. Beast. They'll never look up,
He doesn't use stairs.
Explain that, Peter.
So when he's shooting a movie and he needs to physically walk up a set of stairs, they get a chair and the production assistants carry him on the chair up the stairs.
You know, I've joked in locker rooms about moving to a Professor X type model where I'm consistently just in the chair. I'm using my mind waves to get around. In my mind, it's floating and not wheels. Okay. And then when my music hits, I just get up from the chair finally and do everything. And so here, I'm going to agree with Mr. Beast here. Okay. If I opened my bank account, right, and it had Mr. Beast money levels, honestly, and here's the thing, they'd all go, I can't believe Effy won't go up the stairs. And then later, like, I'll have like passed away in like definitely a hilarious situation, but everybody's trying to play it down. So just know it'll be funny. And they're like, no, he actually did it to give all these union workers enough hours to get health care because he didn't have anything else for them to do. So he hired 50 full-time stair boys so that they could provide for their families. And they're like, oh my God, like we all thought he was like selfish and all this, but like turns out like he was funneling the Israelis money through tax evasive funds to create videos. And are we not supposed to?
Does it make it different that it's Jared Leto that doesn't use the stairs?
Yeah, no, it definitely makes it different because the reason he can't use the stairs, the reason Jared Leto can't use the stairs is despicable reasons. Mm-hmm. But I'm saying if you found out it was me, it's because I was helping out all the union workers. But if you find out it's Jared Leto, it's because he doesn't want to leave his DNA on the scene. And if he doesn't touch anything, he wasn't technically there. Oh, so whatever you're saying about what happened to those people, you can legally, you can call them children. Whatever happened to them, just speaking in a manner of parody as a character, as a fictional kayfabe character, he doesn't want to leave DNA on the scene anymore. It's why he climbed the side of that building, free climb, so that he could get to the top floor where she was without leaving any trace in the building. And everybody started noticing, so he had to turn it into a press tour item. Are we going to get in trouble again? Is this time of year? Am I going to whoopsie daisy on the 1 year worse than last time? Oopsie whoopsie.
This is a comedy podcast.
It's a comedy podcast about fake wrestling. Fake comedy wrestling podcast. Jared Leto in Tron Ares. It's better than him being in your sister.
Did you hear about the non-binary prospector?
No.
They dug up a fortune in their hills.
Okay, that's actually a
really good one.
That's a great.
It's very clever.
So we're gonna talk about how awesome it is to have a non-binary city.
Mm-hmm.
Here soon. Do we have any more questions?
No.
We would have more questions if you sign up at weekendateffys.com, or if you don't have any money, if you pull out your pockets like many Americans and you go, I don't have any money, that's okay. You have internet access. I know it. If you're at the library, it's free there. Weekendateffys.substack.com. These are curated, articulated schedules, recommendations, informations, new items, new fun, but all the real fun's at weekendateffys.com. So check it out. Sign up even for free. Get on there. But we're going to now talk about the beautiful city of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I've been to Pittsburgh a lot of times. And I want to tell you something, Peter. Every time I go to Pittsburgh, I like it even more. You may be thinking to yourself, didn't you just go to Pittsburgh? Yeah, I actually did. I just went to Pittsburgh and I went back and I enjoyed it even more. Now, I'm going to have you pull up something on your computer to get to a point, but you have time here, and I have to tell you what it is. It's going to be 1210 Roland Street, and that's going to be in Pittsburgh. I feel like I can publicly say the address because it is a hireable Airbnb that you can use, right? That doesn't seem illegal. If you think it's illegal, you can beep it out, but I think it's fine. So I get to Pittsburgh, and luckily, I was picked up promptly by the lovely Brandon St. James of Fourth Line, Casey War, Brandon St. James. Now, this isn't probably showing it great here. Now, that's one of the back doors there by the trash can. So it looks really, you got to get those Zillow photos up or those resort photos up because that's going to be, do they have enhanced photos? We're going to get to this, but we're loading up your imagination for why I would even care about an Airbnb. Why would I care about an Airbnb? Immediately, we went to the mall once Brandon got me because I am addicted to nicotine. Okay, I want to work through it. I don't want to be stuck to nicotine my whole life. And part of that is because of this vape store in Pittsburgh where I purchased the iJoy Uranus AI voice control vape. And so first I have to, Peter, apologize to you because you had made a bit of an artistic stand saying that in the case of Harmony Korine and in the case of Agro Drift, the experience, not a movie, the almost seemingly ironic use of generative AI made sense in the context. And I disagreed vehemently because I felt like I have to be an anti-AI person. And then what did I do, Peter? I went out I bought an AI voice control Uranus vape. And it's blueberry watermelon, 25,000 puffs. You have to vape to start the AI. Hey, iJoy, change lights. Oh, that's not one of the commands. Hey, iJoy, change color. Hey, iJoy, waterfall lights. If you're watching the video on YouTube, you can see the waterfall lights. Hey, iJoy, change color. Oh, now it's green for those listening at home. So I actually have found the joys now in AI, and I just want to say, hey, iJoy, tell Peter I'm sorry. How's that for a bit? They had these there. It felt like the fall of society. As I was kind of discussing with the squadron of wrestlers, the fact that this exists, I was starting to feel like a little sick to my stomach that we've gone too far.
It might be the vape that's making you feel that way.
You think it's the blueberry watermelon flavor that gives me the rumbly tumblies? Oof, might be. But it does seem to be something we can't stop, okay? So how do we stop it? Well, Peter's starting a new foundation. There's more on that soon, right?
Yeah, sure. What?
Your new anti-AI art foundation.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We're going to build that.
Yeah.
We're building the system
Yeah.
now. Hopefully everyone can join in us participating, but
Mhm.
we have been recently
Oh,
kind
that
of-
would be fun just to like, yeah, that's great. That's great.
It
I like
is.
that. I like that.
stickers. We can
Yeah.
make stickers, Peter.
Mhm.
I know some sticker people. We have these new Skechers ads that have been popping up all over social media
Mhm.
that are clearly not only AI generated Skechers ads, like the shoes, they just put pictures of the shoes on this. It's a Rule 34 type situation. They have trained these AI models on so much porn and hentai that they only know how to draw women as completely disproportional. Like she's posed like a chicken. Not a living bird, like a raw chicken you're about to fill up with butter and lemons. That's how that's how the AI model is posed for the shoes. So I do think there should be some kind of warning, especially for people, who may not have as keen of an eye. People are on Facebook a little more, it's a wasteland to me. But we've got to warn the people, but we've got to make sure that at least the vapes, I think if it's an AI vape, it should have games on it. And this one doesn't have any games. Hey, iJoy, would you like to play a game? Now, here's the real problem. This is the scariest part. Hey, iJoy, music light. Now, you can see the bars on it that it's listening, and it is reflecting the volume, much like the volume leveler on the podcast. And that should scare me. Is that scary? It seems like it is listening still. Hey, iJoy, stop. Hey, iJoy, turn off. Hey, iJoy, please turn off. Please stop. I think it's just listening now. Hey, iJoy, waterfall light. Oh. Hey, iJoy, waterfall light. Now it's not even doing waterfall light. It's just staying on the listening mode.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Oh, no. Well, if you want to download the AI iJoy audio of our conversation, we're going to plug this up to your computer and see what kind of programs it has on it, right? I actually was at the show Saturday and I said, I'm trying to go around to charge it. And they were like, well, just charge it into the production table. And I thought about it for a second and I went, I can't plug the AI vape into the production table. So I had to hardwire it to the wall because I'm not trying to be a part of, what was the Matthew Broderick? No, it wasn't. It was Doogie Howser. What was when he was in the... Oh, no, he was just a little doctor. Maybe it was Matthew Broderick. Who was the one in War Games where he has to play
Matthew
the computer?
Broderick.
And what Doogie Howser do? He did another War Games
He was
type
a
film.
doctor.
No, he did another War Games film, maybe.
He helped him go to White Castle.
That is true. And he did slit that, or he got his throat slit by, what's her name?
What is her name? Saltburn?
Rosemary's Baby? Rosamund Pike.
Rosamund Pike.
Sometimes I have to say words that
Rosamund
kind of
Pike.
sound like it so that I can get to it. And I knew Rosemary's Baby was not far off. It was pretty close. Rosamund Pike, Rosemary's Baby. That's kind of the same name. This is my daughter, Adderall. My firstborn. Right? There's a, what is it? Is it Clovid or Clomid? That's like an anti-breast cancer pill that shuts down estrogen. I always thought that'd be a beautiful name for a little girl. Clovid. Clomid. Right? Does that make sense? Either way, I went to a tournament when I was in Pittsburgh, and it was the Enjoy Wrestling Supersonic tournament. Now, this is my favorite type of tournament for two reasons.
Because it's supersonic.
It's supersonic. It's literally, okay, three reasons. Third reason first, it's Sonic themed, I found out. I hadn't seen the video, and it turns out it's for Mikey Montgomery's birthday, the current Enjoy champion. He's hosting the tournament, and being in the tournament, that's a Sonic themed tournament, supersonic tournament. We're all there. Now, did I expect to win? Absolutely. I'm the Game Changer Wrestling World Champion. I am an independent icon. I am hosting the third gay brunch in the UK with TNT Extreme at the end of the month. I'm like, if you really, like, I'm so tired of how much I've accomplished and even talking about it, but then I realize some people don't know. It's constant accomplishment. So if you think I'm in a tournament, I better win it. There's like kind of an expectation. I'm sort of like at a sick level of being sick at wrestling, even with a bum knee sometimes. And guess what? I'm going into the tournament going, okay, it's this dude's birthday, number one. Number two, it's Sonic themed. All right, that's hard to keep the rings. You know, in the Knuckles game, he has a gun. And then third, I would have to carry home 2 belts, right? Because if I win, it's like you're the champion because you beat him. So I'm thinking to myself, all right, bag's going to be a little heavy, but we're going to get the winner's purse, the tournament win. It'll be worth it. We can check an extra bag. That's fine. It's cool. Enjoy Wrestling rules. Do you know about Enjoy Wrestling?
Yes.
We talked about Enjoy Wrestling. I got to do a sick promo with the lovely Jim Fair.
Oh,
He was fired up and ready, and I was so tired by the end of the show. We were just like, we should go party. We should all go hang out. It turns out after a tournament, I'm pretty tired. But I did cut a promo with Jim for the broadcast that I hope people will see. And before that, I was giving out some advice, and I had to like, it's sort of the advice of like, picture everybody naked when you're giving a speech, but a better version, which is you have to know you're hot, right?
okay.
You don't have to think you're going to have relationships or relations with any of the people that think you're hot, but you have to know you're hot because you're presenting on screen out to people a comfortable confidence where, you know, like whether they think you're hot or not, knowing that they think you're hot makes you hot to you, which makes you confident, which makes you a much better speaker when it comes to getting these promos across rather than sitting in your head. And I think it worked, but I did it. I used my own advice. I can't wait to see this promo because I just was chewing the scenery, having a time, getting the points across. That's the thing is everybody knows the points you're going to get across. Okay. It's about a tournament. It's about being a champion. But if you can do it in a way where they go, ooh, little intrigue, little inside story, little additional character details, when you can get all that in there, ooh, you can add a little tepid tension and turn it into a hot streak of fire in the middle of a tournament and make it more special. I had to fight 2 different matches, and that's another reason I love this tournament. It's a 2-round tournament, which means in the beginning, 8 people square off. There are 4 winners. The 4 winners are in a 1 fall to a finish finals. Now, sometimes things change. Sunny Kiss was supposed to be in this tournament. Was not. She was not there. She will be at Effy's Big A Brunch UK, September 27th, along with Dark Sheik and Effy and many, many others of the British scene. You see how I'm doing these sick ad calls in the middle of this? My first match, though, was with a Pittsburgh and a Pennsylvania legend, Andrew Palace. And I just want to tell people, if they see this Enjoy footage, they did a Patreon live stream, which I thought was very sick, which maybe we should try something with it. I don't know exactly what yet. So that people could watch it live on Patreon, but I think they are going to be premiering it at a later date with multiple episodes of a TV show, kind of episodic. There's a moment in the match with me and Andrew Palace where he has pulled me off the apron and he has me in a powerbomb position. So I'm legs, to his face, and he starts running around the ring, and he gets to a certain point, which is at the stairs, and he power bombs me onto the stairs. And I want to let everyone know that it was on purpose. No, it absolutely was not. It was hilarious. I was joking the whole time saying, because he originally called the spot. It was like, I would get you, take you out, and then like we can figure something out, or you can take the part, whatever. I said, what if you just run all the way around the ring? He's like, I don't know if my cardio is going to hold up. He does a crazy entrance. He goes wild. We already been wrestling. I said, dude, I think that people are going to be so fired up on this and so up when you get this and they realize what's going on that you're going to be able to easily muster the strength to get me all the way around. So as we wind the final corner, we did not consider that there were stairs attached to the ring. And I hear click, stairs, and then I am on my back on the staircase. Thank God. I constantly have these moments where I go, God, you know what? I actually know what I'm doing. I actually know what I'm doing a little bit. I knew how to fall. I knew how to brace. Everything was fine. We had a whole, another section of the match to get through, and we had a very fun, very wild match, and I won. Okay, I won. I victored. I think I'm a person that the fans like, but they also liked Andrew Palace so much that I think it kind of split the room a little bit. But then they were like, okay, well, if he's gone, we're going to cheer for Effy. And so you're kind of hopeful that like they come back around when it's time. I had to be in the finals though, and this was a bit of a nightmare. It turns out Mikey Montgomery made it to the finals, winning his first match against Matt Tremont. Kind of crazy. Forks were involved. It got out of control. Josh Bishop, who is currently the 4th rope champion, Westside Guns promotion. They just got back from France, I think. He's also like 6'5" and 260 and blonde haired. He looks like if Psycho Sid was actually a psycho. I don't know if you know who Psycho Sid is.
No.
Not from the Sex Pistols. What was that guy, Sid Vicious? Psycho Sid Vicious was also a wrestler. He broke his leg one time jumping off the top rope. It was crazy. And then he would skip a lot of shows because he wanted to play softball. Those are kind of the things to know about Psycho Sid. Josh Bishop is giant and ripped and muscular and crazy strong and silly and tried to kill me on multiple occasions. The 4th person in the match, MV Young, who actually wrestled the week before, pretty crazy, defeated Jamie Senegal because Sonny Kiss wasn't there. We don't know what would have happened if it was Sonny Kiss and Jamie. We wouldn't have been able to figure it out. But we had me, MV, Josh Bishop, and Mikey Montgomery, and I got powerbombed onto MV on a table that didn't break, and then the table didn't break again, and then another table didn't break. Then I tried to win, and then I got hit, and I just decided to myself, okay, well, maybe you should just lay on the ground for a second and then you can get back in there. Boom, it was over.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Hasn't that happened with him before? A table
Josh
not
Bishop?
breaking?
Probably likely. But I did have a moment where me and MV Young were both on the ground, and I look over at MV Young, knowing kind of what the plan is, and I said, that table ain't gonna break, in so many words. And he just kind of looked at me, and then Josh Bishop was there picking him up, put him on the table, and then tried to powerbomb me onto MV Young on the table, and it just went bloop, and then I fell out to the floor. I was more worried about just landing on my head or something in that situation. This being the second match of the night. Mikey Montgomery, though, overcame all of the odds and snuck in a little pin on MV Young, which I guess is, a story with them has been going on for a little while. Josh Bishop was dumped completely off the top rope. The table did not break. If a 260-pound man coming from the sky does not break your table, let me tell you, that table wasn't going to break. And after the fact, we said, let's cool it. Great job, everyone. I got to see everybody. Shout out Ashley again for my tempura shrimp popper labubu, which is... We're going to have pictures out of that soon. I did put a little video up of me showing it off.
Is the table now the GCW World Champion?
No, because here's the thing. In a 4-way match, it's one fall to a finish, which means one person gets pinned and one person wins. But there are also 2 people in this match who are not actually involved in the finish. So I did not win or lose. I definitely did not win. Well, I guess I didn't win. Yeah, I didn't win, but I didn't lose. I third optioned, which was Purgatory.
So should we expect the table to be back in the ring with you?
I am the table. That's the Matthew Botchamania. I've made you watch Botchamania a good bit now. Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts on this as
psychotic?
Yeah? Explain.
I don't. Well, it's because it's meme shit.
It's meme shit,
back
MIDI
to back
music,
to back.
slapped memes. And
I
then,
don't understand
insider wrestling stuff, and then people fucking
yeah. It's just speaking a completely different language. It's like you know that video that Italian singer made to it's what English sounds like to Italians.
Yeah.
That's what that is to me. Run through like a Tim and Eric filter.
Here's how to boom coming down to be a vault like Simlish.
That song's a banger.
It is a banger, but we also don't know what they're saying, and
they're not saying anything.
Right, but once we get the new AI earbuds, we're gonna know what everybody's saying. Are you gonna get those? No. Are you gonna culturally?
You're gonna get them so you can talk to your vape.
Just like in Alien Earth, I can speak their language. Some of the sounds are hard to make. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You know those? The videos of like it's stuff going through the hoop and you have to say the sound. Mm-hmm. Do people not know those are just speech recognition trainers?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what the prove you're not a robot.
Yeah,
just AI.
We're
trainers.
teaching them, right?
Yeah.
Where they start putting little
because they
speckles
know
on
you're
it.
not. They know you're not a bot or whatever. By the fact that your mouse is moving, like.
If I was AI, I would never tell anybody. It would be my little secret. Mm-hmm. But if you're AI and you ask AI to tell you if it's a little secret, is it like a cop? Like it has to? Say if you're a computer. I can't answer
I
that
hope
question.
everyone knows that's not a real thing.
I can't answer that question. They did overturn
Cops are allowed to lie.
Yeah, I know cops are allowed to lie about everything.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing you should ever say to a cop is, am I being detained and can I speak to my lawyer?
Mm-hmm.
That's it. There's never, like what if a cop says to you like, hey, how's your day going? Am I being detained and can I speak to a lawyer? Was that too loud?
Yeah.
Good. You're going to have to figure out if they can handle that. The cops.
Yeah.
They can't handle it.
Yeah.
They threw the RICO case out on all the Cop City people.
Oh.
The judge threw it completely out.
Oh.
Said, this is trash.
Wow.
Yeah. Which just feels like we're moving in a good direction.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I guess they had tried to charge 61 protesters out at Cop City with a RICO charge, which means they're basically committing, gang warfare. They're like ganging up to do crime together. They're saying they're a crime syndicate.
All that they were doing was raising legal funds for protesters that were locked up.
Right. Which they're saying is, gang fundraising.
Crazy.
They're actually saying it's not now. So thrown out of here. We do feel like there's a little shift and at least people speaking up a little more. I don't know. It just feels a little more like we were looking around for a second going, is everybody seeing this? And it feels like now more people are comfortable going, I'm seeing it and I do not like it. And I go, me neither. And we go, what are we going to do about it?
Yeah, I mean, that is the biggest difference between what is happening to us right now and when stuff like this has happened at different times in the world or in different places in the world is Americans are crazy. We are a fucking wild card of a nation. And so it is just kind of like, yeah, I don't know. Good luck with all of these big plans for whatever the fuck that you have. We're crazy. Good luck. Yeah. Legitimately, good luck.
We are crazy, but also it does seem like I think of it very much as like men like to see what everybody else is saying. Mm-hmm. And so it takes a few like, hang on. And people going, what is this guy talking about? Before it's comfortable to jump in on certain things and go, hey, I don't like this. And you know what? We could sit here all day and be like, you should be more active. You should be. But really, it's like, if you're feeling that pressure, you should, follow your heart. But if you're, needing to be more meek in these moments, girl, I understand. That's why I'm a loud girl over here. That's why I got to be. Mm-hmm. Got to get muscled up and party up. I want to get one of those prints of my speech from brunch about getting rid of Nazis. I want to have that printed up behind me here. You won't be able to see the words unless you zoom in, but it's HD. You can zoom in. Zoom on in. Zoom in right here. You see this? Let me take it. Let me handle it. Let me chop down the vines of the jungle. Let me look out for snakes. Then y'all can walk behind me. Hiking boots though. You got to be prepared. You got to be ready for anything. And if my AI vape starts giving me directions, y'all got to be ready to sacrifice me to the cause because I'm lost. I can't help you if I'm trapped by the machines. What is that, iJoy? What were you saying? Sometimes I hear the voices. I did think they were a little Megan and how they dressed some of the kids in The Conjuring Last Rites. You can hear more about that at our Patreon, weekendateffys.com. Now, after the show, I said, who all is in this Airbnb to the wonderful Enjoy staff.
I just wanted to trim his sideburns.
Who's? Patrick Wilson's?
Wilson, yeah.
But he has to show that he's older now. So he has to have like a poofy man haircut to look more like Ed Warren. I just want to
watch him rule the sea.
Oh, yeah. Aquaman.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing a new Aquaman maybe or something. That's movie updates.
I think they need to fire a few people before they can do that.
Yeah, it's fine. They're making Dune 3. You give people Dune 3 parts, they don't ask for Aquaman parts.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true because he's just going to come back in every one because that character never dies.
Yeah, he can't die.
He can't
be a worm either.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, he's cool.
You know who can be a worm?
Who?
Everybody.
Wait, really?
Yeah, if you want to be a worm, you can be a worm.
Bobby's a worm.
He is a worm.
Bobby's a worm. So I asked you to pull up this Airbnb. I want your honest thoughts on kind of... I
don't know what I'm looking for. It's a cute Airbnb, but nothing's like hitting me other than maybe there's a lot of recreation.
This is a 3-story townhome above a legitimate Asian massage parlor with massive.
Is that why the
wood
towels are a
carvings.
little swan?
It's swan towels.
It's got nice light.
This
big
thing
kitchen.
is so huge and long and brick and giant
Yeah.
and beautiful and like definitely a little haunted with roof access. And we went up on the roof and the moon was looking at me. The moon, look at these fireplaces. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, the fireplaces. There's at least 5 of them. Incredible. Went up on the roof and I was looking. You ever seen the moon?
I see the moon.
What was the moon doing Saturday night? It was right before full.
Yeah, I think it went full like Sunday afternoon.
I always feel
Or
like
no, I think
the moon is
it was full
watching
around
me.
then, and then it eclipsed Sunday afternoon.
It was crazy bright. It was electric feeling. It felt like the moon was watching me, and I couldn't be in it too long. And then I slept on that big comfy couch that you see right there. Crazy. Great vibes. I was in Pittsburgh, and then guess what? I left Pittsburgh. I came back here. And you know what I did after that, Peter? Well, you know, me and my son went on a little father-son vacation together. And I don't know the last time that like me and Bobby have just spent 2 days together.
Yeah.
It was really magic. And my mom was like, he's such a good boy now. Because he's been there before with Cranberry and with AJ where it's just like a little hectic and he was a little younger. And so to bring him back and be like, oh, reared up my boy. He knows things now and he's very cautious and sweet. It is funny that, you know, I'm going to see them and my grandmother is a great grandmother. All of my cousins and my brother have all these kids. And I was like, Bobby, I gave him a little speech on the way up. I said, Bobby, you ain't no baby. So it's going to be a little harder. But with this routine, with this song and dance routine, we can show them how talented you really are. And like, it'll be beyond words. And when he started doing that Warner Brothers frog dance, hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. And he started wearing this little top hat. Wouldn't that be crazy if I could teach him to do that? He didn't do that at all, but he was adorable. My mom bought him that toy on the porch of the duck that you can throw like a Nerf. You can throw the duck like a Nerf. He loves the duck like a Nerf. And he barked his little head off and had a great time. And my grandmother recently, she broke her back. She had to have surgery done. So she's using a walker. I think 87 years old now. And she is full of life and excited and fun and, you know, has had enough dogs and animals around that like, she don't pay it no mind, but like don't get in the white puppy and he'll sit by her at dinner. It's very just like adorable stuff. My mom fed me like a king. She was like, what do you want to eat? And I was like, I want Mexican steak and I want one pot meal. You know about one pot meal? Both of these dishes are like straight up missionary food for sure.
Oh, hell yeah.
I don't know the recipe for the one pot meal. It is a bean-based chili kind of dish, but it is not at all. It is more Texas and more Southern and more barbecue-y and has so much thick bacon in it. And I just like ate so many types of beans. And she was like, I didn't even get all the types of beans I'm supposed to get. And I was like, yo, there's enough beans. This is incredible. And the Mexican steak, of course. Now, if you get the Cooking the Indies cookbook, this recipe is in there. And this was passed to my grandmother from another missionary woman back in the 60s, I think. And so it is the use of the steak to, like you use the cheapest meat and with the little secrets, you can make it really magical. And it is deeply satisfying with the sour cream and cheese rice. Oh, now we also brought them some eggs. We brought up a whole dozen eggs for Mother and Grandma, and I cooked them the way I cooked them for you. And I was like, listen, they know me as little kid who used to cook Christmas breakfast. My grandma even brought up one year, me and my cousin Laura cooked everyone's Thanksgiving. Like we just like comboed when we were like young teens to be like, we're doing it. And everything was great, except for I did not know how long you have to cook butternut squash. So it was butternut squash was a little crisp. And she brought that up, and I thought that was incredible that, you know, your memory goes when you're older about certain things, but then there's certain memories that are just like very clear. She also was telling me about, they were missionaries too. She was telling me about when they would have to go teach, like they would go teach Christian marriage counseling classes to the Filipino people. And she was like, it felt so refreshing because in that country, they'll listen to a woman. She said over here, they would never listen to a woman. It would always have to be Bill speaking. But the Filipinos, they know that the woman is in charge of the household. So when a woman is coming and telling them, about their marriage, they're way more reciprocal to the information. And I thought that was really incredible that she even knew, like, yeah, they don't listen to women here. It's really kind of messed up. I don't know. I was having fun. Now, I didn't expect Bobby would be such a cuddler, and he ended up cuddling with my mom one of the nights, which was just the most precious thing in the world. She's like, he's cuddling up here, but as soon as I came back, because I was hanging out, as soon as I came back across those hardwoods, just like ticking his way over, and he came and found me, and I let him in. He hopped right into bed. What a guy.
What a guy.
What a guy.
He always knows how to find a bed.
He can find a bed, and he knows how to use those little eyes. We got to walk him around. They're out on a lake. This property is out on a lake. And so we got to walk down to the lake. And Bobby got his little feet in. I think, like, these two are water dogs.
Yeah.
Lucy loves the water.
Oh, yeah.
She's, like, even just with a hose, she's obsessed. But I would imagine if we took her down to a creek, she would go. I think both of them would get rambunctious. Should we do this? We had to wait for it to cool a little bit, right?
Yeah.
But there's, like, what? We'll figure it out. It's fine. We're going to take them out there. We got to walk around. It was beautiful. It is an older neighborhood, so I do think it's funny that, like, everyone has grandkids and dogs. So the grandkids aren't there, but they love them. But everybody's, like, replaced all of it with having little dogs. And so there's tons of little dogs around the neighborhood wandering around. Bobby barks at all of them. Bobby was patrolling, looking for bugs, looking for crumbs. I think it was good to have a little dog action at the parents' house. It adds some interesting artifacts to it. I got to see my good friend Walter. We talked a little bit about that going over there, but my mom said, this is awesome. I've known Walter since I was in maybe middle school, right? I'm a 35-year-old man, and I go to see him and his wife. My mom, before I go over, goes, what is his actual job title? Like, what is he? And I was like, well, he's like working at the hospital. Like, it's like, I don't know, maybe like a nurse or something. I don't. She's like, you don't know, do you? And I was like, no, I don't know. So I had to ask him, and he's a certified occupational therapist. I found out it's a real job. It's awesome. But it's the most, like, I'm like an in tune, internet, chronically online gay person. I'm also a dude. And there's something about, like, you can be super close. Like, I would die on a train track for you, my friend Walter. And they go, could you say the job I have? And I go, it's like health, like a healthy guy is you're like a health. Will you help him? I couldn't have done it. So I typed it down and sent it back to my mom to make sure that I knew. If you're my friend out there and you don't think I know what your job is, let me just say this, Twitter, Instagram, wherever you want to send it, I still am not going to really probably remember, but I'm so proud of you for doing what you do. My mom did say my favorite line. She has some lines and, like, I'm polite around them they don't need to be in everything. Right. But she goes, and when Peter says, oh, I was working at the dick store, that's the funniest thing to her. And she was laughing about it. And to have a mother who is a saint and also can kind of hear the giggles and go, like, yeah, it's not that big of a deal. She said, oh, it's so funny when Peter says he's working at the dick store. Here I am working at the dick store. And I just kind of don't even know, like.
That's so fun. That phrase, for whatever reason, really captures people's imaginations whenever I say it.
I like to think of you as a sculptor who's got to go to the factory every day and just carve these. They've got to look like the real thing. AI's not taking our cock carvers. What am I calling it? Cock carvers?
Cock carvers.
What do you think the best material is? Glass? We'd have to blow the glass?
Yeah, you could.
You can't just whittle out a stick.
Everyone's just weird about putting glass in their respective holes.
Is it because of
They feel like it's going to break even though...
I was going to say, is it because of the radiation levels? Is there radiation in glass?
I don't think so.
They think it's going to break?
Yeah. People are weird.
It's not like a vase. It's not hollow.
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, yeah, shout out to my mom listening to the show right now. She's been working on a project that I don't want to share too much of, but she was talking about the juxtaposition of one of the first times she saw me wrestle in Vidalia, Georgia. What was that?
It was the egg.
The egg. One of the first times my mom saw me wrestle in Vidalia, Georgia, she said that she went to get concessions and asked for a popcorn, and they just gave her a bag of popcorn and said the microwave is over there, and was comparing that sort of to the big gay brunch in Vegas, and kind of creating the juxtaposition of like, it's always been me there, but it hasn't always been the best circumstances. But having your mom show up and have to cook her own microwave popcorn at the wrestling show tells you have come a bit of a ways. You've come a little bit further than you expected, and we have to be gracious and appreciative that we are able to live this magical, fantastical existence while full of problems would be problematic in any form of life. So why not be excited that we have all these beautiful animals here, and we have experiences and fun. And I am going to bring you to this weird wedding that I can't say much about, but I'm very excited because I think we can get tattoos at the wedding.
Hell yeah.
And I've heard many rumors, and then I did show you my outfit, which is borderline. I'm pretty sure like they're doing a bit, and it's a Dumb and Dumber sketch that I'm going to end up being a part of without knowing.
Yeah.
Like I know her. She's a little trickster.
Yeah.
I did send to the group chat the code for 15% off after some people had already said they purchased it. I was like, guys, hold on. 15% off. You got to get it. We played the Switch 2 at Walter's house while we were all hanging out.
Oh.
Holy mackerel.
Ooh.
The new Mario Kart is so dope. It's so good. And then they showed me the Donkey Kong game. It looks therapeutic and insane and so beautiful on the big screen. And just vibrant in a way that isn't aggressive, but is. Like, I feel like it's like, whoa, boom, bada, look at that Donkey Kong. And then you're also like, damn, there's some real depth and subtlety to some of the way they're building this world. Let me smash the whole thing apart. I just like, I can't go drop Nintendo Switch 2 money right now, but that's not my concern. I'm excited to know that like in a year or two, when a bunch more games have come out and there's a Christmas bundle going on, I'm going to snatch up a Switch 2. And I like, as an adult now, yes, time is running out every day. We don't know what's going to happen in the future, but I got a pretty good idea that like a year from now, 2 years from now, I might be in a financial position where I can just like swipe up to Target and get the Switch 2 bundle that's going on with the new games, with the new Metroid Prime, which is going to be insane. You know what game I was thinking about the other day? Geist. We were talking about that on the show one time, where you be a ghost on GameCube. Very hard to find. But I was thinking about that where when we were watching The Conjuring today about how like the ghost can inhabit different objects and how much fun it would be if there was a video game. Hear me out. This is a real concept I was thinking about during The Conjuring. Here's the video game. You have a neighborhood. Each house has different families and home values. And your goal as the haunted apparition. Apparition.
It's
Fountains.
an apparition.
I'm from Appalachia. That's Appalachia. That's West Virginia. I gotta say one thing about about Pittsburgh before we go any further. Pittsburgh is Brooklyn, West Virginia. I won't make any more comments.
Okay.
It's incredible. Brooklyn, West Virginia is Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. That's the full clip. Okay. So I'm sitting in The Conjuring going, this would be a sick video game. You got a whole neighborhood, right? And your spirits have to go house to house and force the families out and reduce the home value of the neighborhood to make it unlivable to the point where you can then haunt a Property Brothers type character to rebuild the neighborhood for profit as a ghost. So you got to haunt them out with all these different types of hauntings.
Fun.
You do all different types of hauntings, and there's different families. So like your first family you get out, maybe you knock 80 grand off the price. The next family comes in, maybe they're a little more resilient. Maybe they got a little more, they don't care as much. So then you have to impregnate their daughter with a demon spawn and have it come out and eat the mother's face off to get them out. It's a different game every time you play. And then you think it's over. You think you won because you've reduced the value of the neighborhood. And then your spirit splits into the property brothers. Part 2 of the game. Let's rebuild this neighborhood because we know the spirits because we were the spirits and we've ruined the neighborhoods. My mom loves my mom and grandma both love the Detroit show of the gay guys redoing the neighborhoods. Have you seen these? Where they go in and they literally like have people apply and they make the houses very affordable, but they completely set up whole new neighborhoods from these destroyed houses in Detroit. And it's 2 gay men that are married and they got canceled. They were like, it's gentrifying without removing the people or things that make the place special. Where they're like, we can do these renovations and get these houses and make it like within your budget to be in this neighborhood and be fine here. And it's cool. And we want people from Detroit here and we want it to be the people around.
Damn.
And they said canceled. And I was pumped. They were sad it got canceled.
Too many, they weren't getting rid of the monsters in everybody's basement.
It's always the mold. Listen to the mini episode on Patreon, weekendateffys.com. It's always the mold. Brooklyn, West Virginia, for real. Yeah, it's the best way I've described it. It's incredible. No, actually, we can go back. We can talk about Pittsburgh for a second because I just want to say it's the most gender fluid, non-binary, awesome, crazy town. It's not Pennsylvania. It's not Ohio. It's not West Virginia. It's something completely of its own mind, and it is wild to see a city like that existing in America. And you know they have over 50 bridges? They have over 100 bridges.
That's crazy.
I don't know. Maybe it's like 20 bridges. It might be like
That's
19 bridges. It's so many bridges, but it's like a lot of bridges. But it is, yeah, I've got like my top 2 on your list right now to get you to is New Orleans and Pittsburgh. Isn't that crazy? Just for you, like the vibe of you feeling it, I think it's going to be magical. Shout out Pittsburgh. I love Pittsburgh. Now I'm back at my mom's house. So went and hung out, played Donkey Kong, of course, and then hung out with mom. All of this stuff is great. It's good. It felt like my cup was full again, getting to hang out with them. It felt like I was refreshed. It felt like I was seen. It felt like I was comfortable. Like I didn't have to be a character by any means. And I think when you get those moments where you get the clarity of going like, oh, I don't have to be any kind of character, you realize you haven't been and you've been like thinking you are.
Yeah.
You know, where you're like, oh, like I'm putting this thought on myself of like, oh, I have to be this thing. And then it turns out you weren't being that thing anyway. So just like exist and enjoy and have fun and, you know, go see your mom if you can, or force my mom to come here to be more mom for everyone because she always has snacks and hugs. And that's important.
That is important.
I had so much fun.
I love that.
Yeah. You want to go see The Conjuring again?
No.